Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve, and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now, if you've been here with us for any length of time, you know that in between super cool video builds, we slip in a very informative tips video, which is what this is right now. You've seen in every one of our builds, we go out back to the spray booth and we cover our prop with Plastidip, several layers of Plastidip, before we paint it. And sometimes you're going to want to spray paint your props with acrylic paint instead of using brushes. So either way, you are going to need a spray booth for sealing your props in Plastidip or for painting. And it's super easy to do, and that's exactly what we're going to cover tonight. In this episode, making a spray booth slash stand, because I say spray booth in the videos, but it's kind of more of a stand, so spray booth slash stand, whatever you want to call it. Super easy to do, it's cheap, and it works like a charm, and you definitely need one so your Plastidip and your spray paint doesn't go all over the place and end up sticking all over everything wherever it is you're going to be spraying. So that's it. If you're ready to hit it, let's make something. Okay, now this is super easy. This is a regular standard storage shelf that you can buy from Lowe's or Home Depot or anywhere. And what you're going to do is you're just going to buy the shelf and you're going to set as many shelves up as you want for your height. For me, I'm only going to go with 3 shelves, and I'll show you why. We're going to come in, we're going to put in our poles for our 4th shelf, but we're not going to put the 4th shelf on. What we're going to do is we're going to come in with our 4th shelf, and we're going to stand our 4th shelf up here as the back of our spray stand. Now, you've heard me call this the spray booth out back many times, so it's not really a booth, it's more of a stand, so spray booth, spray stand, whatever you like. But decide how high you want to go, and then don't put the next shelf on. Instead, use the shelf you are going to stack on the top to create your back wall, and this is why. We're going to come in with zip ties. Now we're going to need to double them up because we need them to be long enough, so we're simply going to come in, get it started so it's long enough. We're going to do that to both. Get it started to where it locks. Now, we're going to come here, we're going to use this hole in the floor, and we're going to feed our zip tie through. And we're going to start to get it tight. Don't get it too tight yet because we're going to come around to this side. We're going to have to adjust this over a little bit, so we're going to get the other zip tie started. Okay, position it. Now you want to tighten it down, nice and tight. Now that's the perfect height for me. I want to be able to stand right in front of my stand. Now what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you how to do the inner lining for your spray stand next. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, this is so easy for the inner lining. We're simply going to come in, we're going to measure the distance in between the 2 poles so we have our width for the back. We're going to measure from the back to the front of the pole to get our dimension for our side, and that's also going to be the same dimension for the floor. So we did 1 measurement for the back, 1 measurement from the pole to the backrest for the side, and that will also be the same measurement that you use for the floor. We're going to go ahead and draw that out and cut it next. Alright, here's our measurements drawn out on our cardboard. You can get giant sheets of cardboard like this from Staples, from Office Depot, online. You can just order them and they deliver them to the house, because you're going to go through a lot of these, and they're cheap. So we drew out our T shape. You can see we made our measurements. There's our back, there's our 2 sides, there's our floor piece. So all we're really going to be doing is cutting out this square and cutting out that square. And then these 3 lines, we're going to lay a metal ruler down and we're going to fold the cardboard. So the sides fold in and the floor folds up, and we'll show you why. Okay, there you go. That's simple. We cut it out, We laid our metal edge down and we folded it so the two sides fold up and the floor folds up. That way we can close it up and it's nice and compact. It's easy to carry around. Then when it's time to unfold it, it's very simple. And we'll show you why we did it that way next. All right, now that we've cut our inner lining out of our piece of cardboard, this is why we cut it to be the shape of a T with the 3 folds in it. Very simple. We're going to be able to come in, set it against the back, open it, and the floor falls right down perfectly. That easy. Now you've got back, sides, and bottom. Now, we're going to come in with our plastic clamps. You can get these at any hardware store. They don't have to be expensive, and you're not doing anything super sturdy with them. All we're going to be doing is using them to lightly clip on that side, lightly clip on that side, and that's it. Super tight little spray stand. And now what this does too is when you come in and you set your prop in here and you start to cover with Plastidip, a lot of times the wind is blowing around outside a little bit. This keeps a lot of the wind out of what you're doing so the Plastidip doesn't go all over the place. And what it also does is when you're using the Plastidip, all the excess spray is going to stick to the cardboard instead of all the stuff around where your spray stand is. And what's so cool about this is, since this is just a simple piece of cardboard, just have a lot of extra cardboard, and you just change this out every so often when it starts to get kind of funky. And you can actually use it for quite a while if you just keep putting a new piece down on the bottom. So with extra cardboard you have, just cut small little pieces, and when you need to put a fresh piece down, you can leave the outside part getting a little funky, but just once in a while put a new piece down on the floor, and then eventually it'll be so grody that you're going to want to just toss it and cut a new one. So there you go. Super easy. All right, there it is. You just decide how high you want it to go. You stop building at the height that's right for you. Use the top shelf as a backstop. Put your T-shaped cardboard in place, fold it, clamp it, bam. Super easy, super cheap, and works like a charm. Super cool props require a super cool spray stand. All right, so that's it. Super easy. Just go out and buy yourself a cheapo set of storage shelves and don't build it all the way up. Use your leftover shelf as a back to your little spray stand and zip tie it in there real tight, and you're set, man. The thing will last a long time. And get yourself some cardboard, cut the T-shape, fold it. It's going to slide right in there. Floor's going to come down. You're going to have a nice cover for your little area, and it's going to protect as you're spraying and coating your prop from breeze blowing it all over the place. And get some cheapo clamps to hold it in place, and you just swap out the cardboard as it gets kind of grody, and you're good to go. Super easy. And you definitely got to have it. You don't want that stuff flying all over the side of your house and all over your fence and all that kind of stuff. So make a spray booth / stand. So that's it. This concludes making a spray stand. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.